Over the last few films, we've been looking at setting up a room ready for an event. And we've looked at putting up a backdrop, we've looked at a PA sound system, we've looked at lighting equipment, and even looked at setting up a bar. What we need to do now is get all the chairs out, ready for the public to come in. And for this, I'm going to need some help. We've now set out our seats ready for our audience. With these library chairs, we find they have adequate width that we can put them right up close to one another. We've also checked them to make sure we've got adequate leg room. The other thing that we've done is we've staggered them slightly so that I'm looking through the gap of two people in front and not directly at the back of somebody's head. We've got an adequate aisle so that we can accommodate wheelchairs, and it makes it easier should people need to evacuate in an emergency. It also makes it much easier for the audience to access the bar and to use the toilet facilities. As much as possible, you should have all your chairs matching. This has practical reasons as well as looking good when the audience enter the venue. If you have any lower chairs, they should be at the front, and if you have chairs of different colours, put the different colours together. With the seating today, we have green chairs for the majority of the audience, and I've used red chairs for a couple of specific purposes. One of these is to put around the lighting tripod to keep it safe, and I've put a reserved sign on that as well so that the chair isn't taken away and used elsewhere. And I've used red chairs in the back row, which identifies the seats that are also reserved for latecomers and for volunteers, because these people will be entering the show last and need to know exactly where they can sit. I've reserved some seats at the very front so that we can accommodate wheelchairs. When people attend a performance in a wheelchair, we normally offer two options. One is that they can transfer into the seat from their wheelchair, in which case we have to ensure there is somewhere safe that we can store the chair, or they may want the seat removed so that they can put their wheelchair in the place. We've also made sure that our chairs aren't blocking any fire exits, and we've removed any chairs that we don't need. It's always a good idea to check how many sales there are before an event so you don't put out more chairs than you need, because neither the performer nor the audience wants to be surrounded by empty seating. We've also checked that our chairs are nice and secure and safe. Sometimes for the Library Presents, it might be the first time that all the chairs in the library are utilised, so it's also always worth giving them a check that they're nice and stable. I hope you found these videos useful and that you've learned how you can transform your library or venue into a professional and effective performance space for the enjoyment of performers and audiences alike. Thank you for watching.